Hey guys, it's me, Mr. Perryman. Welcome to English. Sorry I am gone again today. I was hoping I'd be back, but not yet. Hopefully Thursday. We'll see if I'm a liar or not. I miss y'all. I hope you guys are doing well. Make sure you are all following direction from the substitute. Make sure you guys are listening, doing all your work. I've been checking y'all's stuff. Pretty good job so far, but let's make sure that we're keeping it up. I know I'm not there. I miss y'all. But that just because I'm gone does not mean that there's not things to do. This week is looking very different than what I intended, but today is going to be even a little bit more different. So we're going to go ahead and get into it. Today, your goal is you're going to be say that I can write a variety of sentences, and you have a daily writing. Um, your daily writing is this. On your daily writing in the Wednesday section, I want you to go in there and answer this question with a claim, or an ACE, full 3 sentences, right? ACE, answer it, cite an example, and then explain it to me. Use those stems I gave you if you need a little bit of help. But the question is this: should school lunch always be free for students? I know right now you guys have free lunch here at Kirksey, but that's an irregular thing. What do you think? Should school lunch always be free? So answer the question with a yes or no statement. Give me an example or evidence of why you think that, and then explain how your example supports your answer of yes or no. At this point, I'm going to ask the substitute if you can just pause the video here and give them 6 minutes to write this claim. They need to log into Google Classroom and go into the weekly writing page where they know where that is. So if you give them a second to get there, and then if you can just start a timer for 6 minutes, I'll have a nice little awkward pause here for a second, and I'll let you guys do that. But whenever you're done, just come back and hit play. Yeet. Okay. So you guys should be done with your ACE statement. I'll only give you guys 6 minutes. Those are pretty quick. It shouldn't even take you that long. Remember, daily writing should be a get in, get out type of thing. Sadly, today you're going to do more writing. Hooray! Good job. You did it. You're all cheering. I know. Today, you're going to complete the assignment in Google Classroom that's titled Sentence Structure Review. It's posted along with this video inside of Google Classroom, so it's just the thing that's right there. You all have your own copy, and I'm going to pull it up here in a few minutes, and I'll show you everything. It's very simple. You're just going to be writing a variety of sentences. Pretty self-explanatory, honestly. Oh, wait, what was that in the back? Yes, you raising your hand? Oh, yes, thank you. That's a great question, student who I am addressing. Yes, this will be graded. Good for you. Awesome. Extra points for you. PBIS points. 1,000 PBIS points to you, the student who asked me that question just now that I'm answering. Yeah, this is going to be for grade, guys, so do it. It's a lot of review. There is something new, though, you'll be learning, kind of. Not directly taught in my class, but you've learned it before. And I'm going to go over that. Bit of review. This whole thing, I'll even show you real quick. It looks like this. It's really simple. You're going to have your own copy. You're just going to write your own simple sentences. You're going to write 3 of them. A compound sentence that uses fanboys, write 3 of them. Try to use different fanboys. Don't use and or but for all 3. Try to use 3 different ones, guys. Come on. A compound sentences with a semicolon. That's going to be the new one that we'll go over. And then 3 complex sentences. 3 of each. Real simple. I'm going to tell you right now, for these right here, don't copy your compound sentences up here and put them down here and just change this semicolon. I want 3 new sentences. I'm saying that right now. Don't just copy paste and change it. New, 3 fresh, brand new sentences. All right, you cannot just copy and paste things. That is called plagiarism. Yes, you can legally plagiarize yourself. That is a thing. So let's begin again. Over here, let's review a little bit. Simple sentence. Not going to spend a lot of time on this. It's a subject and a verb. It's a complete thought. It's real easy. The most simple form of a sentence. It's literally just, do you have a subject? Do you have an action that subject is doing? Is it a full, complete sentence? Heck, I even forgot my period in here. Haha, look. Even I make mistakes. My example was this. I miss Mr. Perryman. Aw, Wow, guys, it's so sweet of you. Thanks. I miss y'all too. Um, not too hard. Really isn't. Compound sentences, on the other hand, are just two simple sentences joined by a fanboy. This is really important. You guys constantly, the biggest mistake that happens on these sentences is that you'll go in there and you'll just use a fanboy, any of these fanboys, as a regular word, not being used as a fanboy, and you just highlight it and move on and say you did it. Just because you're using these words for, and, nor, but, or, yet. Oh, and so, I forgot the S on fanboys. You aren't necessarily combining two simple sentences. You have to be combining two things. You can't just use the word, it has to be two complete sentences. My example is this: I miss Mr. Perriman, comma, for he is the most important person in my life. Wow, that's so sweet of you guys. I can't believe you wrote that. That's awesome. A+ work to whoever wrote that. The other important thing here is that I always have a comma when I use a fanboy. I have to have a comma, and it always goes before the fanboy, not after, before it. Whenever you're doing this, just make sure that you have the correct comma placement and make sure you're actually combining two complete sentences, two simple sentences. Really, it's really simple, but it's something that gets overlooked a lot. Next one we'll look at complex sentences. These use on a white bus words and phrases to create a sentence. The biggest mistake that happens here is that the comma is going in the wrong spot. Remember, on a white bus words or phrases usually start off the sentence or combine two sentences, two phrases together. But remember, they're combining thoughts, one incomplete and one complete thought. They're not just you don't just use a comma right after the word. The biggest thing here is that you're using these words in full phrases or incomplete phrases and then combining it. So for my example, I used even though is what I used. Even though he is not here right now, Mr. P is still my hero. Wow, oh my gosh, that's such a nice statement. Thank you, student in the back. Another 1,000 PAS points. That's so generous and sweet of you. How kind. My self-esteem is just flowing. What I did here, as you can see, even though he is not here right now, comma. A lot of students want to do this. They would say, even though, comma, he is not here right now, Mr. P is still my hero. No, even though isn't a statement. Even though isn't even an incomplete, it technically is an incomplete thought, but it's not even a sentence fragment. It's just two words. You have to go with the full incomplete statement. Remember, even though he is not here right now, I couldn't just put a period here. I couldn't just end that and it be a sentence. Even though he is not here right now is not a sentence because I don't know what's going on afterwards. So if you need to do it kind of like that, listen to yourself say it. Take your whole sentence apart and listen to it. And you'll hear that break where the comma should go. Even though he is not here right now, sounds not correct. But even though he is not here right now, Mr. P is still my hero. You hear that comma naturally right over there. Oh, you changed my life. Good job, guys. Now for the next one. This is the new one. It's not a hard concept at all. You guys will get this really quickly. And I love to do this. And my writing still to this day, whenever I write essays, I do this all the time. But we're going to look at it as compound sentences with a semicolon. It's just a regular compound sentence. But take out the fanboy and put in a semicolon. That's what this is down there. It's a semicolon. Literally, take out the fanboy and the comma and put in a semicolon. That's it. It's pretty easy. It's actually, I think, easier than even doing fanboys because you don't have to worry about which one to use. Because a lot of people will misuse a fanboy and it doesn't necessarily make sense. If you just use a semicolon every time you do a compound sentence, technically, you can't be wrong. So long as you're using it correctly in the right place and you're combining two simple sentences, long as you do that with a semicolon, you don't need to even worry about fanboys. Who cares? Here's my example. Mr. P is super cool, comma, and he is very nice. All I did was literally take this sentence and replace that comma fanboy, and I put Mr. P is super cool, semicolon, he is very nice. Still two simple sentences. I've got my subject and I've got my verb. I'm just combining them into one sentence using a semicolon. That's really it. It's that simple, y'all. You can do it. I believe in you. So I want you guys to do for the rest of class, go to your sentence structure review page, fill it out. You're writing 6, 9, 12. Look how good I am at math. 12 sentences for me. Get it done. When you're done, you can have quiet free time. Masks need to be on. Be respectful. If you need, you can. You do not need to be listening to music while you're writing this. This is not an individual writing time. This is just your work time. So no, you shouldn't be listening to music. Don't ask. Don't be on your phones. Be good. Be safe. But yeah, hopefully I'll be back Thursday. If you guys have any questions, you can email me or go ask Mr. H next door. He's pretty smart. He knows things too. But I miss you guys, and I will see you all soon. Bye.